Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking exactly how RecipeReel Empire takes scattered content and transforms it into a cohesive, fully branded publishing machine. Listen, if you've ever bought a digital asset pack, downloaded a bunch of templates, and then just left them to collect virtual dust on your hard drive, you are definitely going to want to pay very close attention to the structural solution we're looking at today. So let's start right out of the gate with a massive question. Why do most publishing projects actually fail? It's incredibly common to have these fantastic, absolute world-changing ideas that simply never launch. And the source material reveals a really fascinating and honestly kind of relieving truth here. Most creators don't actually have a content problem. They have a deployment problem. The gap between wanting to create something and actually putting it out there, it's not a lack of talent. It is literally a lack of infrastructure. Which brings us perfectly to what the source material aptly calls the creator's digital graveyard. Look, we have all been there, right? It's that folder of untouched graphic assets, the monthly subscription to a tool you literally never log into, those online courses where you got stuck on Module 2, and yeah, the collective guilt that comes along with all of that. It's that super frustrating feeling of having amazing potential that just stays, well, potential.
And the real reason that graveyard even exists comes down to the hidden cost of disconnection. When your files are scattered across 10 different drives and folders, it creates this massive cognitive load. You're constantly context switching between different apps, different windows. It's exhausting. That friction between having a great idea and actually executing it, it compounds every single day. And ultimately, delayed publishing kills your momentum. Once that momentum is gone, man, it is incredibly hard to rebuild. Projects just stall out because the whole shebang feels way too complicated to tackle all at once.
So, how do we fix this? Well, we need a complete pivot. We need to shift to what's called a unified publishing ecosystem.
Think about the stark contrast between our typical, highly frustrating workflow and a unified 7-layer ecosystem. Usually, we're buying scattered files with absolutely zero underlying infrastructure, right? And we have to manually assemble everything from scratch. It's kind of like buying a giant pile of car parts and just hoping for the best. A unified system, on the other hand, organizes all your assets inside a single space with built-in publishing infrastructure. The content flows directly into launch. It's a fully assembled, fueled-up engine ready to go.
Let's break down the foundation of this system, specifically layers 1 through 3, the content and engagement engines.
I really want to highlight the sheer scale of these first 3 layers. Layer 1 gives you over 1,000 food and beverage video assets, plus 60+ animations. Layer 2 brings in over 25 carousel formats and banners to actually keep your audience engaged. And Layer 3, the product engine, it is massive. We're talking over 150 complete recipe ebooks, totaling more than 12,300 pages. To put that into perspective, by having this immense volume of visual and written assets locked and loaded on day 1, you get to focus entirely on your launch strategy. You don't have to burn yourself out on production.
And I really want to emphasize here that you aren't just getting raw, unedited stock files. You are getting fully formatted, ready-to-use products. We're talking about square animations perfectly sized for social media reels and complete, beautifully formatted recipe ebooks that are totally ready to be used as lead magnets or paid digital products. It is immediately actionable content. No assembly required.
All right, now we're shifting from what you publish to exactly how you publish it. Let's introduce the operational framework. Layers 4 through 6, known as the creator infrastructure. To completely demystify the tech stack behind a successful launch, let's look at 3 core modules. First up, FunnelForge. This provides your marketing infrastructure with 30 ready-to-deploy HTML pages and automated call-to-action generators. Next, LaunchLab handles opportunity discovery. It gives you 100 AI-powered cards across 10 structured categories to help you figure out exactly what niche to target. And finally, the Empire Launch Blueprint provides the execution framework. It features 25 documented business models and sequenced roadmaps. It literally gives you the step-by-step path from setup all the way to launch. It's a total game changer.
Let's focus on the landing page aspect for just a second here. With these ready HTML landing pages, you absolutely do not need any development or coding experience to get these promotional tools up and running. The technical side of distribution is basically handled for you, which completely removes a massive barrier that stops so many creators dead in their tracks.
Now, all of this incredible infrastructure wouldn't actually mean much if you didn't have the legal right to monetize it, right? And that brings us to full PLR freedom. PLR stands for private label rights. Basically, it means you have the absolute right to use, adapt, rebrand, and build with all of these ecosystem assets exactly as if they were your own creations. Making this distinction clear is absolutely crucial, because this freedom is the exact differentiator that takes this from a simple asset library to a truly actionable business that you own.
Which naturally brings us to the final transformative layer of this entire system, Layer 7, the rebrand engine.
Okay, this is where the true value lies, a premium white label access portal. This means you can deliver the entire ecosystem to your customers under your own professional branding. You can add your business name, put your logo front and center, customize the portal colors to match your exact aesthetic, and generate a fully hosted portal with absolutely zero coding required. Seriously, zero. It completely removes all the friction and the massive headache of trying to build a secure product delivery system from scratch. This is the payoff we are aiming for. This is what a successful creator business actually looks like when you escape that digital graveyard we talked about earlier and finally launch a branded, thriving enterprise. When all 7 layers are working together in perfect harmony, from the raw video content all the way to the branded delivery portal, you are no longer just someone with a hard drive full of disconnected ideas. You are running a sophisticated publishing empire. I want to pause here and read this quote directly from the source material, because it beautifully summarizes the core philosophy of this entire explainer. The issue is rarely lack of content. The issue is lack of structure. Take a second to really let that sink in. Your ideas are good. Your ambition is definitely there. You just needed the correct architecture to actually support it.
So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to consider today. Is your content trapped in a folder, or is it running on an ecosystem? Take a really hard look at your own digital workflow right now. If you've been relying on scattered tools and disconnected files that just slow you down, it might be time to stop buying piecemeal assets and start seeking out a real structural solution. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this gave you a powerful new perspective on how to structure your next